Now, are there certain qualifications, certifications, courses? Like, how do you become qualified as a virtual assistant?
So qualifications, that's a perfect question because people always slide in my DMs and say, Annalisa, how can I become a virtual assistant? I don't have the experience. What I need people to understand is that if you've had a job, any sort of job before, really customer service focused, ideally you already have the experience you need to become a virtual assistant. It's just about packaging it up to offer that service to other small business owners. So that's generally what my course does. But you don't necessarily need a certification. You don't need a college degree. You don't need a master's degree. You really just need to figure out how you can monetize that skill set. So I always tell people, take a look at your resume. Take a look at your resume that you would send to your 9 to 5. Identify some of those skills that can still be incorporated and utilized in other businesses and small businesses, and market yourself that way, and also apply to different virtual assistant opportunities.
So you said that when you first started this out for yourself, you like made $1,000 in a month, which is dope. A lot of people could use another $1,000 in the next 30 days. What type of hours and energy were you putting into it that allowed you to bring in that additional $1,000 to help people get context of like time wise, how much they should be allocating to try to make this a hit?
Absolutely. So what's interesting is people are always surprised because I actually still have a 9 to 5. So I started my virtual assistant business while maintaining a 9 to 5, which a lot of people still do. They still have a 9 to 5 in their virtual assistant business. So really what you want to do is encourage the business owner to give you your tasks, but also incorporate deadlines for those tasks. Like, when do you need those things done so that I can still have my 9 to 5 or still have another business and still be able to complete tasks for you as a virtual assistant? So I always tell people to be better than me, because people have described me as a workaholic before, but I think you can still be successful within the virtual assistant space. If you're a little bit better than me, you set boundaries for yourself. You're able to separate personal life and business life. So I think the best thing to do is have some sort of structure, calendar management, and parameters around what you'll be doing for your clients. And I always say, put in the contract, I'm not available to you 24/7. So let's put some time constraints around the time that I'm working with you.
So then how did you do it? You talked about 9 to 5 and you've got this business that you were building. Like what did a day look like for you?
So again, my life is a little bit crazy, but I am a morning person. So I was waking up early, and a lot of the tasks that I'm doing for business owners are repetitive, right? It's some of the same stuff every week. So I do have an opportunity to schedule some things out for my clients where it's kind of automated that I don't have to worry about. In addition to that, during my lunch break or after hours, I complete tasks. I worked with some clients who actually still have 9 to 5s themselves. So being able to work after hours wasn't a problem. And then just in between time. And a lot of the work that I was able to do for some of my clients, I could actually do from my cell phone. So it made it even more convenient for me. So I would say, you wake up, you write down this is my day to day, what it would look like. I wake up, have my to do list for myself, for my clients, and then I'm just working on things and prioritizing what needs to be completed first, and communicating with my client what I've completed or what still needs to be done. So I think when some people start their virtual assistant business, they kind of overthink the process and how am I supposed to do it? I say start with one client first. Start with your first client. Master everything you need to master with working with that client. Then you can move on to promoting and getting your second and your third client.
What's been your motivation for you to do all this? You got your career, your 9 to 5 career, and then you added on this virtual business for yourself. Then you added on the ability to teach other people about how to get this money as well. What first motivated you to even add this to your plate?
So as like around the pandemic got really, really interesting. I mean, there were people in leadership that were being let go from my company. And I always say I never want to be in a situation where I can't pay my bills because my 9 to 5 let me go. So I invest in real estate as well. So I have real estate income as well as my 9 to 5, but I knew at some point it just wasn't enough. And I'm just during that time period, during the pandemic, I think it was a really interesting time because, I was just listening to podcasts and just researching and learning about successful people. And most of them had some sort of business. So I thought, what business makes sense for me? And at that point, I had already had my first client. So I was just like, let me expand this. Let me expand this. So now, in addition to the income, there's just so many benefits in being a virtual assistant and just being able to have access to other business owners. again, I have business owners that do very, very well for themselves, and I'm able to learn from them and incorporate that in my business. But in addition to that, yeah, the 9 to 5 is great, but I feel like I really get to tap into my creativity, mastering my own business and managing it myself. So I enjoy it. I enjoy, putting out fires here and there, whether it's my 9 to 5 or my business, and kind of managing it all. But also, the ultimate goal is multiple streams of income.
Multiple streams of income is huge, and I think everybody should have it. Everybody should have more than one way to make money. We never teach that everybody should be a full-time entrepreneur, but we do teach that everybody should have more than one way to make money, because having just one way to make money is too close to none.
Legal & General America is the leader in low-cost term life insurance.
For nearly 70 years, Legal & General America has been providing financial protection to over 1.3 million families and businesses.
LGA makes understanding and applying for life insurance easy.
You can get a free quote by simply going to hisandhermoney.com/LGA.
So what characteristics does one need to possess to be good at this?
So I think the characteristics that you need to be the perfect virtual assistant, I think you need to be someone that is reliable and also someone that's proactive. Some of the entrepreneurs that you'll be working with, they're super, super busy. And hockey, some of them are unorganized, right? So you kind of need to come in, kind of organize some information for them, as well as being able to be proactive. So for me, even when I hire people to come onto my team, I want you to be proactive. I don't want to have to give you a step-by-step guide on every single thing that needs to be done. I want you to take a look at these SOPs for certain tasks within the business. And if you have questions, I want you to research the answer to that question before you come to me. So I think that's pretty much the same within small business owners, but I also don't want people to overthink it. Most of the work that I do for my clients is managing their emails. They get a lot of emails, they get podcast requests, they get live in-person event requests. So taking care of those small things for them while they focus on the bigger piece of their business is kind of key. So it was easy for me to kind of navigate into the virtual assistant space because this is work I've already done before. Like immediately after I graduated undergrad, I was working in clerical related positions within healthcare. So it was kind of easy for me to kind of complete these small tasks for these clients.
Being that you've taught this to so many people, what's the difference between those who see success and those who struggle with this?
Ooh, this is easy. So easy. So I have one-on-one calls and coaching calls that I talk with people. They have everything. They're probably overqualified to some of the positions they'll be posting for within the virtual assistant space, because a lot of people go through my program because they're tired of working their 9 to 5. And a percentage of people that have gone through my program have been able to replace their 9 to 5. I mean, I've had physicians assistants, nurses, people who make really good money within their 9 to 5, but they want to be able to work from home, and they also want that flexibility that the virtual assistant space has been able to offer. So when I get on the calls with some of these people, it's fear. It's the marketing that's holding them back, and the fear to want to market their business because of what other people will say about them. That's the thing. They have a skill set. The skill set is, most people go through my program, they generally already have the skill set. They need a little bit more structure and how to do things. So that's why they go through the course. My course also comes with a community, so we give them that support. But it's the fear of feeling like, okay, am I charging too much for this service, right? Getting through that mental piece of everything and starting a business, and then marketing and pricing themselves correctly every single time. And I really just have to talk them through that. They care so much about, what friends are going to say, what family are going to say, and then those are not your ideal clientele. So you really shouldn't be focused on, what those people have to say.
So then what is the key to getting the word out? How do you make yourself available to let these entrepreneurs know that you have a skill set that could help them become more optimal in the work that they have to do in their business?
For sure. So the marketing is key for any business, obviously. So what I've shared with people in my course is most of my clients come from word of mouth, obviously, because that's the greatest tool of marketing, but also Instagram. A lot of people find me on Instagram. So I teach them, how your social media platform should look for you to attract clients, because there will be people that go through my course that it doesn't look like you have a business. If I go to your Instagram profiles, you don't have a website yet, which is fine because I've been able to get clients without a website. but we now do have a website. People don't look like they offer a business or a service, so it's making it very difficult for people to want to work with them or to give them money. So I think that people need to utilize the free platforms, utilize Instagram Reels, utilize video content to attract people to your business. So we don't do any paid marketing for Elevated Assist, my agency, but we're constantly getting people on our calendar for discovery calls, and most of that is coming from Instagram and word of mouth. So that fear stuff, the fear thing that I was talking about before, is some people are even afraid to get in to create Instagram Reels. So I always have to talk them through that process. Don't overthink it, just do it.
So people that want to pursue this, they may be asking, well, how do I make money? Is it a per task dollar amount? Is it a per hour dollar amount? How does this world work as far as making the money?
For sure. So I know some people charge hourly, and generally for American virtual assistants, you can charge from $30 an hour up to $75 an hour, depending on your skill set and what service you're offering to clients. I teach people in my program to create packages. So we have monthly packages for our clients. They pay us and we complete work based on how we identify things within the contract. So if it's social media, it may be posting 3 to 5 times a day or 3 to 5 times a week. It may be responding to comments, responding to DMs. From an admin standpoint, it may be responding to emails throughout the day, as well as doing some outreach work for our clients, trying to get them on podcasts. It could be random things. I mean, we've sent flowers to our clients' mother's house on Mother's Day. So it's really just taking away from that burden from that small business owner.